Marika Wiard-Bauer has an imagination and legs that won't quit. She writes creative nonfiction and fiction, though I don't think anyone would dispute the fact that her passion is for fantasy. I did an independent study with her before she went to Paris for a semester abroad last year. I was impressed with the richness of detail as well as the sweeping vision of the world she created on the page.
Hi, I'm Marika Wiard-Bauer. It's a little bit difficult of a name to pronounce, so there's that. I've had a great experience here at Hamline and some great, amazing, supportive classes, but my first piece was not developed in the classroom. It was developed in the supportive Hamline community. Louis Munt, a graduate of the program, started a slam poetry group at Hamline. I was never involved, but it gave me a new look at poetry, that it could be something that was interactive and alive and vibrant. And so this first piece I'm going to read you is something I shared with the writing group on campus, affectionately called BS Writers, and I hope you enjoy it. I can't breathe. 3 words spoken only after much consideration, struggling for the in and out, as if something loomed up and stole the breath as it passed in my throat, leaving me only with trickles and dregs with which to get by, making me gasp like a stranded fish. But I do not have asthma. It is the time of the year when the leaves shine on the trees, gold, orange, red, bleeding into each other like the sunset, but all I remember is gray sky and dead leaves, and panting, huffing, struggling, trying to run after the school bus no more than half a block. But all my muscles were fine. I can't breathe, I said, and we go to the emergency room 2 or 3 times, rushing, and then waiting. They did not know what was wrong or why. There was a time in my life when I spent as much time in a doctor's office as I spent at home, a time when I chose to sleep in the hall in a chair because my own bed stole away my breath. I didn't have pneumonia. Then I did. No, that was a computer error. Nobody knew, there were no answers. It was just gray, the sky was gray, the trees were gray, their leaves were gone. Isn't it strange how leaves are prettiest before they die? As if something about the process of death itself was beautiful, transformative, and screw that! I didn't want to be a leaf, fallen and brown and forgotten. The trees were all barren and it seemed as if they were sleeping, but as if they were dead. My breathing troubles slipped off to sleep. They said it was a virus, but something was still wrong, and instead of clear, crisp air, everyone was holding their breath, trapping it in, waiting. They were running out of tests, but just to be sure, they did a bone marrow sample. I had cancer. My body was killing itself from the inside out. Kind of intense. Sorry, both of my poems today are kind of not to be a downer, guys. I'm sorry. They're like, you have 5 minutes, and I'm like, what fantasy world can I share in 5 minutes? Answer? None of them. So my second piece is also a poem. This poem was actually developed in the classroom with the great senior seminar I'm having with Mary Rockcastle. So a lot of you here have already heard it, but that's okay. You can enjoy it anyway. Phoenix, burning freedom on wings, reborn, rising with the bright. Nowadays, modern, all, inked, charted, each, variable defined, assigned, known. Research, search, research, seeking what? The burning wings held within another simple form? Chicken is defined as scared, afraid, running. But there is a chicken that is a phoenix, and maybe that's why it's confined, locked up, restrained, in a box. Tail feathers can grow up to 20 feet, long, shimmering, beautiful, created in a prison. They let it out only to show how pretty it is. And there are no burning phoenix wings. These avians cannot fly. Flight flew away and left them to find behind a word, a class, a definition, but they sneak past with mystery. In a world where you don't like green eggs and ham, it's the principle of the things. The chickens are the ones laying the eggs, green and blue, colors like cool like the rain, like water from the sky. And when you see this small bird, do not think that it has lost its wings. Remember that silky chickens do not have webbed feathers, and they look furry. Remember that frizzled chickens have feathers that curl forward as if they ran backward through a storm, just to feel the wind. Remember that for the child with cancer, this chicken is her hero, and that within her is a phoenix, burning and refusing to die. That's it for today. 2 nonfiction poems, so my fiction title on the thing is a little misleading, but there you go.